And come on, load. Load. Hey, what's up? Sorry I haven't been streaming lately. You know, live. And oh well, let me just share this. Here we go. Hey, Shuni. How are you? Um, Sorry I haven't been streaming lately. It's more so that life. Last Wednesday I wanted to stream, but something happened with the dog. Then oh, you back from vacay? Where you went? Miss you too. Miss you too. Anyways, welcome to the stream. It's gonna be a kind of a quick one, but it's more so like a discussion topic. And first of all, uh, life. Second of all, oh, which island? Which island? Rhode Island. Oh, the dog. Yeah. Well, dog had rocks on his urinating system, so once we took it to come on, you gotta tell. You gotta tell. Anyways, well, yeah. So it had rocks on the urinating system, so we took it to the vet. He tried to clear it, was not operating, but it was clear that that it was still obstructing him. So we had to operate him, and the procedure uh, forced to remove his balls. So a shame over there. Um, well, at least he's okay. He's healing up over there in the vet. But oh man, that's a shame. Plus, last Thursday I got my first shot, so one step closer. One step closer. Yeah, thanks, Shuni. Anyways, let's talk about the state of Warzone because holy shit. For as much fixes as yeah, I this is I think like half a liter, I think. Yeah, I tend to drink them like that. I'm you could say I'm a very thirsty guy. Not that kind of thirsty. All right. Oh man. Let's talk about the state of Warzone. The state of Warzone sucks. Why? Well, a lot of things. First of all, everybody's topic: cheaters and hackers. That's 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 a primary thing. I understand that they're trying to make like if the rumors are true, um, they have the anti cheat like almost ready. But let's look at it at this perspective. Let's look at the state of Warzone. without hackers and cheats. Sorry. If we look at the state of Warzone, excluding um, the the payload event, you had quad trios, your normal BR, solos, duos, trios, quads. You got your plunder. That's good. Um, but other than and you have Rebirth Island. But other than a normal BR or a money BR, we hadn't have a change in map, and like the change of map is just like a cosmetic one. There's just two areas to change a bit, but that's it. Other than that, the map stays relatively the same. Dude, people were cheating in a crappy gun tournament. Like, yeah, they're sorry ass. But excluding excluding the problem of hackers and cheaters, Warzone as itself hasn't had an evolution. It hasn't have well, we had the game modes. We had the zombies for the Halloween event. We had the we had the 80s action heroes, but it felt more BR than 80s heroes, because if you wanted the true 80s heroes thing, you got to go into plunder, and you go down and you try to get the key in order for you to get to the safe, in order for you to get the money, in order for you to get the victory. But that's just on one game mode. For example, if the event that you had with the red doors, still, it just feels like a little gimmick. It doesn't affect the game that much, because people will still scavenge uh, those loot boxes in order for them to actually get those that money, spend that money, because what they're doing, and even they're going on killing spree in order to get the money, in order for them to get the first loadout, buying it, and then getting their stuff, getting overkilled, their two weapons. So when the first actual weapon drop comes in, they go get ghosts, and they have their two primaries that they want to use, you know and the subsequent ones are, it's more so adapting to the situation, like how the circle encloses, which one they have to change. Sometimes they just change back to overkill because they don't give a shit, you know and even though they're trying to introduce two new perks, um give high alert, the thing for dead silence, those are some minor changes. What we need more so is the dynamic change of the map. um you people might recall when we had the Halloween event. Not only we had like the zombies thing, um but if we also had, how to put it, I know we got the skins, Leatherface, we got Jigsaw, we got Dr. Karloff as skins in order for us to actually play them. But imagine if you had to go through a BR match at night, Halloween event, and you land on farmland, and and you had to do a certain event in order for you to trigger um, Leatherface to come out and actually chase you. Almost like a juggernaut type of character that appears and sprints. Like the maniac from Ghost. It sprints and has a saw, or it has the hammer. You know that, or Jigsaw. Like, let's say you go into the gulag, but instead of fighting another person in a gun game, you and the other person have to race, or fight a certain amount of zombies in order for you to escape. First one to get killed loses, and the other one lives. So that's just a brainstorm. Um, for Dr. Karloff, let's say I don't know. I'm thinking downtown, like in the towers, or more so in the how to put it? Where would be good? Or the airport, you know? Oh no, the junkyard. In order for him to, secret lab, and you find him, and you have to complete a challenge in order for you to get the blueprints or the weapon, an electronic weapon. Hold up. Oh, stuff like that they should have made in Halloween. Not only the zombies. The zombies was very good. I enjoyed it. But it should have remained in a way, when it's like nighttime in your area, in your servers, you can access that one, and that would have been very good. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Even for my Ghost, my COD rewrite for a Halloween event of Ghost, it's a pretty damn good one. Um, Another dynamic is like the map hasn't changed, and because the map hasn't changed, you always know that if the circle is going to end in downtown, they're all in the rooftops of the buildings. If it's going to end in farmland, uh, they try to hide in the haystacks, and they have, like, the Berthas uh, at a certain amount of health in order for them to just actually use them uh, as a big C4, and because of it, there's no change, and even the introduction of Rebirth Island, it's still the same. It's just smaller numbers, but still the dynamic is the same. Everybody has studied the map, and I think what do we need is a new map now. With a new map that is rumored to come, that has well, they're introducing tanks now in Warzone, but more so uh, with the new map of this Call of Duty 2021, um, that it has. That it's a new map, like it's in the Pacific, and it's bigger, and it has vehicles, like, well, obviously, but has tanks and has airplanes. That dynamic is going to be different. How's it going to work? We got to see. Now, another thing that I was another proposal that you can actually make, it's more so, why not, um, well, they're including tanks, but more so, why there's no IAVs, you know the little tanks that we have for Modern Warfare, but have them 80s version, because there's some 80s version of those tanks, instead of the tanks of the Cold War that are the ones that are huge. Half the light tanks that are in the 80s of the Soviet Union and the Allies. Because if you recall, there was even I think it's only in Rebirth Island, but I saw it a little bit in the main in Verdansk, that they had choppers with miniguns. That was actually a pretty nice touch, but doesn't change the dynamic. Um, I don't know. They should put up a prototype, or how Verdansk was, looked after the nuke. You know, rubble, old rubble, or some buildings there, and you have in the middle a giant mushroom. Or instead of the mushroom, it's just like you could put it like at night, all scorched up. Oh, so you don't want me to talk to you, Shuni? Oh, okay, okay. I'm a. What did I do? Anyway, it's not that we need a new map. It's more so the map hasn't evolved on Warzone. We had many game mode. Well, not many, but in the course of 2 years, we had a few game modes that have changed the dynamic, and even events that has changed the dynamic of Warzone. But it is more so enjoyable in Plunder than in BR, because in BR, you know, you have to. There's no time to do this Easter egg. There's no time to. Uh, for example, the red door is like almost like a convenience, but it's not. You don't. You go in and you play war and you play battle royale. If you find a red door right now, it's almost like, oh well, it's a red door. We got free cash, we got a free loadout, or we got money enough to spam UAVs in order to get an advanced UAV, and that will be it. But it's more so like a convenience than the actual game plan that you have. I mean, look at Stone Mountains. Look at Jeff's. Look at other streamers that play Warzone. They find right now a red door and it's like, oh, convenience. Let's spam UAVs or buy a loadout. That's it. I'm like, come on, you know. I don't know how I don't think the dynamic in Warzone is going to change that much with tanks, because people are the only thing that you're going to change with people grabbing a tank would be everybody on the teams. If it's squads, everybody in the team or two guys are gonna have a munitions box and RPGs, and they're gonna spam the shit of those RPGs towards the tank. And even though it's gonna really reveal their position, even if you grab a tank, people are gonna gang up on you, like 2, 3 teams, try to destroy that tank. Or even if the tank is just there, they're gonna awaken it to the point that if they grab it and they start getting shot, they just escape, or the guy set up a trap. C4, you detonated, uh you find more C4 and just for you, or you changed your lethal. So on that regard, it's not going to change that much, even though it could be like a they think, oh, it's going to change the dynamic. It's like, yeah, because you devs play a certain way, we the community play another type of way. And that's one of the things uh, that I think we have. I think right now we have a discommunication, uh, primarily because cheaters. Everybody's complaining when's the anti-cheat coming in, but remove all the things. Remove that all the things that are mentioning cheaters and hackers. There's still no dynamic change. I think there's a video of Espresso actually saying that, hey, the map hasn't changed, the dynamic hasn't changed, it's the same old perks. Right now, the two perks that are trying to introduce, I think they're not going to do jack shit. Nobody's going to divert to those perks, or they're going to be little use of it, for the simple fact that even though communication is key, and nobody likes to play with randos, but I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell on those two. Um, I think the only one that they're gonna use like pros It's that the plate one that instead of 50 it gives you 75. You know, you save one plate. Yeah, but I think it depends on where in which tier they're gonna be. That's that's another observation. I think we what we need instead of uh, a new map, more so make it so I don't know. Uh, how to put it? I'm trying to think like Battlefield over here. You know, destroying buildings or destroying houses, but it's more Battlefield than that, and it would it would still make combat in Call of Duty. Uh, you know, it would amp it up, and it would actually make it so. You know, even though you lose cover, but at the same time, it's almost like exposing, uh, you know, the trail of what team has passed through. So that's one. Now let's talk about the other topic that I was thinking the other day, and that is there's no 308 ARs. That's a sad thing because look at it in the perspective that the only 308 full auto that we had in most Call of Duties has been the Scar. Outside of the Scar, we only get one semi-automatic 308 rifle, and that's it. That is the FNFAL or some iteration of the FNFAL. So we don't get a decent three. We only got two choices of a 308, and I was like, well, why don't we have a decent choice for 308? Well, what's going on? You know, and and many are going to point out, oh well, the CM 901 Modern Warfare 3 is like, no, that was the messed up thing, is that it looked like the 308 version in the selection screen, but it was 556. And you're like, what the fuck? Doesn't match up, you know? And I was thinking, why don't we have another full auto 308 or even the full auto ARs? You know, if they bring up the CM but in the correct caliber, if they bring in the CM 901, if they bring it right now for Modern Warfare 2, or even almost like a DLC weapon for Modern Warfare, you know, unlock it through a certain challenge, but you give it to you have a 308, a full auto 308 that can actually convert into a 556, you know, and the conversion instead of making it like 30 rounds, 556, you put it 60 rounds. You know, like one of the videos that I put in weapons for Modern Warfare 2, you know, about the caliber conversions and all that. It, just putting that, it would actually seem like you care because we only have two choices. That's it. As an assault rifle guy, if you only have two choices of 308, just one gun that is full auto and the other one is semi, but you don't have variety of it, of choosing what 308 gun you want, because we had systems, we have AK systems on Modern Warfare. You know, we had the Grau, we have the AN, we had the Galil. You know, um, from the other side we had the M13, we had the Kilo, we had the M4. We had so many varieties of 556 assault rifles that we only have two choices for 308s, and there are many choices of 308s. For example, if I'm not mistaken, the there's the CM. It's an AR-10. That's one that. And I know I keep repeating the CM 901, like bringing it 308. Yeah, 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 I know. It's one of my favorite guns. The other thing that we can have as a 308, because the Kilo has a conversion, or bring in the HK 417. You know, and you can say that it's Calvert conversion. 416 to 417. You just Mac change. The 20 rounds and heavy. Well, not heavy recoil, but moderate recoil because of it. That's for a change. Then you have uh, one of my other rifles, the SR-25. Even though many use it as a marksman, but it was actually brought out as a battle rifle more so than a marksman. The marksman one that everybody knows is the one that was specially designed early 2000s for the Iraq Afghan war, the M110. Now that's special. That's the SR converted into a sniper, but still, the SR-25 was actually made for to be a battle rifle, not so much a DMR. But hey, I'm just shooting ideas of which rifle. The reason that I say CM901 that they can bring it is because at least they had a CM901, on the game, and bring it back in Modern Warfare. It would actually, it's like, oh, it's a callback to the past, and it's like, hey, we're moving towards this direction. You know, that's one. But yeah, we even Treyarch games, they don't have the variety of 308 guns. It's almost like it has to be the Scar or the FNFAL, and it has to look some iteration. If it's futuristic, it has to look some iteration of the two, and you're like, dude, come on, uh, give us more of the same caliber. Just don't get stuck with it. But what are we gonna do with that? So, oh man, please, please, Infinity Ward, please, or Raven, try to at least bring the CM901, 308 caliber, and just give us something. Just literally give us even that rifle, full auto. Yeah, I know it would have moderate recoil, but still, it would be awesome. It would be awesome to have. Now, as we are approaching the trailer deadline, because we haven't had any teaser. God damn it! I want to sneeze, but at the same time I can't sneeze. um, what can we expect of COD 2021? Well, they say it's World War II. It's gonna suck because not the game itself. It's more so many of us wanted modern or future modern. That's why many people are inclined to go into Battlefield 2 and play Battlefield 2042, because I should say Battlefield 2, it's Battlefield 2042, but still they're inclined to play that because it's modern, futuristic enough that it's acceptable for everyone, and it still has modern combat. That's what we wanted. We didn't want to go back in the 80s. Um, or if we wanted to go back in the 80s, we didn't want it to go like it did, like it's doing right now. We understand the plot of Black Ops Team, but merging it with the Modern Warfare, not that's not how you do it. And I've discussed that one previously. Is like the mistake the trailer has to do, and even though they're trying to correct it through the story of Warzone, it's still not enough. I mean, right now, that theme, everybody's gonna make meme. Well, everybody's doing right now memes, but once it hits, uh, season 5, everybody's like, "Oh, they're appeasing the theme is hackers, and they're playing with hackers," and you're like, "Well, they're supporting their own, they're supporting their own demographic," and you're like, Ugh. Yeah, but that's not the demographic. The demographic was, uh, Modern Warfare. Cold War was because if you look at it, everybody loved Modern Warfare. Not only the campaign, the multiplayer. It was so advanced. Well, it is still so advanced to the point that we want more from that customization that Black Ops couldn't deliver. Black Ops Cold War couldn't deliver that level of customization, even though they had the multiplayer and zombies camos. It's not that same level of detail because you know Cold War weapons, 80s weapons and 90s weapons don't have that level of customization that we have nowadays. Nowadays, there's different types of pistol grips, stocks, magazines, barrel, not only barrel lengths, barrel types, things that weren't existent in the 80s. And even though they're trying to make like 80s theme, it's still not what we want. Um, I think that's why they come with the crazy looking blueprints, alien and racing and dragons. And for a World War II game, you're going much more further in the past. There's fucking zero level of customization for those weapons. So you tell me if everybody's not enthusiastic of this new Call of Duty. We're not. Even though you're gonna tell a World War II story, I'm hoping it's Pacific theme, or if you're touching again, European theater, do it right this time. It's not a bash towards sledgehammers, but going back to World War II, when when the modern warfare game placed in the modern era brought you the best selling Call of Duty, the best Call of Duty by everyone, it brought me back. I was just gone of Call of Duty. I didn't buy no World War II nor Black Ops 4. I the last one that I played was Infinite Warfare, but I bought it more so because of Modern Warfare Remastered. Once I played the campaign, I liked the campaign, but multiplayer was like, I had my playtime, but still, I was like, man, we don't have a gun, and from there on, I think I was bitching about we need a 308, and there was no 308, and they then brought on energy weapon iteration of the Scar, and I was like, this is not it. This is not what I was asking. I wanted as a modern 308 gun. And even though I had my time playing it, I still was like, I want my 308 gun. uh, you gotta love the caliber. Enough bitching on it. But what can we expect? Well, it's World War II. We're not hoping much. Like I've been sensing that the community is not hoping much. But what we can expect is at least a new map of Warzone. They said that it's going to have planes, it's going to have tanks. It's gonna have mermaid tails. Um, so at least on that front, we can expect some changes. Now, what types of weapons? Well, obviously the weapons that we had in World War II. The balancing, though, is going to come crucial because most of them are, bolt action or they're just semi. There's no full auto except the STG 44. That's the only rifle, the true assault rifle, uh, because it was the first one. That's the only full auto that we're gonna get. There's no other, unless they try to push in the AK-47, but the very earliest version of it. That it's like no. Um, the only thing that is good about this one is that it's in the Modern Warfare engine. I like it, but still, they should have just, I don't know. Let's just keep our minds open. Expectations low because with the whole lawsuit that they have right now, well, not per se sledgehammers, but for more so the lawsuit that is filed against Activision, and even though it states Activision Blizzard, but still Activision is in part of. So even if they don't release COD 2021, a game, but they release World War II theme map. One thing is certain: they're gonna have to explain how modern and Cold War weapons are going to exist in that map. How are your characters, your operators from the modern and Cold War era are in that World War II map? Or if they're visiting some facility that was abandoned in World War II and they're fighting. Um, they say the name has changed. Instead of World War II Vanguard, it's World War II Slipstream. If it is something like in the zombies, a portal of ether, but instead of transporting you place to place, it's more so from one era to another. It would make sense, but they have to construct it in a way that it actually makes sense. Because at least what I have in store for Ghost, in order for me to actually carry it on for Warzone and interact with, Modern Warfare and Black Ops universe, and possibly in this one, I'm not going to disclose it here, but it might work. So we just have to see if it makes sense. And if the campaign, well, let's hope the campaign is not like the other two campaigns that we had, Advanced Warfare and World War II, that's so fucking linear. No, we need open. That's what Modern Warfare did. Open. Cold War tried to do, but it fell sometimes linear. But hey, anyways, um, yeah, mermaid tails. Open sesame. Open sesame. uh, well, oh man, let's make a quick recap. State of Warzone is still. We need dynamic change, not on vehicles, but map environment. Scorched or destroyed some parts of Verdansk in order for it to change dynamic or make it like, oh, it's almost falling and then it falls and you have to or new game modes. The payload one is actually a good one. Teams fighting to actually deliver or stop a payload to arrive in its destination. That's a pretty awesome one. Um, I don't know. Introduce more of that. Competitions or speaking of competitions, um, a race, 150 players. Uh, racing to get let's put it like since you have the satellite crashes, but it was not the event was like almost canceled. Why not that? They have to collect certain. Well, I'm not sure because of the transmission ones. So let's hope that they have like gather the transmissions, go here, and then download data, but you have to fend off, to fight the data. And once you have to reach an extract point in order for you to actually, win or get some cash. Or instead of making it like battle royale, make it so how to put it, like a team deathmatch. You know, instead of the circle is closing, it's like no, let's make it like team deathmatch, and each team has 3 respawns. And even though it's gonna create some campers, but what you can actually do, it's more so if a team doesn't move in 30 seconds, like scan the area of airstrikes or clusters. So, anyways, sorry, it's a quick stream, but it's more so that uh, I was busy with life. I got no problems. It's more so circumstances that happen. I wanted to make one Saturday, but I think Sarge took my spot of Saturday, so I was like, But regardless, oh man, I do. I mean, uh, let me let me get in the niche. Uh, yeah, like, dude, come on, Raven, come on, you know, it's 308 AR. Just put it in, you know. I'll be happy. Another full auto 308 gun for Modern Warfare. I mean, you put in the CX9, that is the Scorpion Evo. So this one for to appease a little bit more of the community of Modern Warfare. You know, that will help. uh, oh, I know you. Chuni, if you're not that busy, Discord has, you know, I got the movie night. um, but yeah, that's a quick recap. So for COD 2021, just stay open minded. Uh, Expectations low. Don't expect that much. Uh, just I don't know. Try to remain calm on this desperate moments. Raven, please, the 308. I'm going to try tonight. Um, all right, yeah. I'm still here. Don't worry. Around 8. Yeah. Don't worry. Um, I'm glad you took a vacation because wow. But anyways, yeah. Raven, CM 901. Please. The state of Warzone, we need that anti cheat, but besides that one, we need more we need more game modes on Warzone. Uh, it's getting stale, very 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 stale. Payload is just like, eh, but still. And for 2021, for that COD, expectations low. Don't expect that much. Lawsuit, Sledgehammer's, uh, Sledgehammer's not being the main developer that it should be, but hey. Anyways, thank you all for coming, and I'm not sure Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, I think Wednesday. Because we got to discuss some things. Um. Anyways, peace out. Stay safe.